In this demonstration, we're using the same humanoid type A again, but on the feet, it also have a foot pressure sensor from HUV. So there's unfortunately we have black tape to protect it so you don't see it well. But four here, 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 and here on both legs. So we'll be using the right leg to balance on, and this is a simple data acquisition program to show you how they read. And so the right foot, it's dynamic so compliant. So the right foot is ID 121, left foot ID 122. So we'll be using the back right leg FBS DA.tsk file. Also, we're using the balance one leg fps.mpn file. We'll be using essentially page 2 pretty much. So there are some parameter initialize UZP FPS false, use callback false, and we can set that up using the buttons on the back of the bot to choose whether we want to use a UPS, FES, I mean, and then I'll use the callback or not. Current address 26, 28, 30, 32 are the addresses correspond to each of these sensor. So we're using the right foot, so it's 121 now. So first it play motion index 1, which is here to get it itself rotated into the one leg balance position essentially. And then play motion page 2 with the right foot. And then we have an endless loop where it checks to see whether the user have pushed the U button. If you push the U button, that means UPS use FES is true. It will print out some data. You can reset it down to false. You push R, that means you want to use a callback function instead of the main function to do the data acquisition loop. Left, you don't want to use it. So if you want to use the FPS and false, it initialize it, basically zero out the data. And then because you're on the main program, you can have as many function call as you want. So you can see it pick up the inner front, the outer front, the inner rear, and the outer rear here. And it pick up 0, 1, 2. So basically, essentially pick up 3 data points, and then it be divided by 3. So therefore, I'm going to print out 3, and then just print out the 4 averages, and then spend a bit of an eighth of a time just to wait here a little bit in front of picking too fast data. If we happen to want to use the callback, that means you push the R button here. So use callback is set up to true. You see that the callback function will trigger in because this if statement is true, it's going to go in here. And in here, you see the algorithm here is different because in a callback, because of limited memory space in there, and also it had to be executed between less than 8 milliseconds each time. So we are restricted to only 2 function call. So the way we have to do is we have to just use 2 data point for each of the sensor and divide by 2. And then the scheme is we're going to rotate from different addresses. So 26, and then if you're using, you're monitoring 26 now, and then next time you monitor 28. And then if you monitor 28, next time you go to 30. If you're monitoring 30 now, next time you go to 32. If you're monitoring 32 now, next time you go to 26 to go around. Because this limitation here, only 2 device call in any callback repeat. So everything is doing now. Okay. So let me get it ready. Okay. So power on. Ready to run. Okay, it's standing on its side here. Let me go, let's see. Read it down a little bit so you can see the feet better. So if we go to, you see right now it's just 0 as it's zero because we're not using it. I'm going to pushing the up button. That means I want to use the FPS sensor, and you can see it start reading that. So it's reading from the main program now. So you will lift it up, 0. So you can see how it changes as I move it around, which pressure senses changes. Okay. So if I want to use a callback, I push right now. You see it, that's a callback data coming in. Lift it up, hold 0 out. Because remember there's an initialization value.